Hello YouTube, Tyler Cohn back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the unconscious mind and the powers it holds and how it can change your life. Let's get right into it. So you probably heard somewhere, I know I have, maybe you haven't, but basically scientists say like you probably use about 10% of your brain, which is true to a default. But basically studies are like, talking about how much of the brain we don't actually use, which is really referring to how much of the brain we don't actively use, which is the conscious brain. The conscious brain being like as I speak right now, as I move my hands, stuff like that. Stuff when I'm actively thinking, talking, listening, moving. So that's like your 10% of your brain, which is the active conscious, brain. Now your unconscious brain is like the other 90% basically. And how your unconscious brain works is, it's doing things for you like making your heart beat, breathing, stuff that you would, do without even thinking, essentially thinking, using your conscious. I watched a video, and it was this guy. He was, I think, a coder. I'm not too sure. I don't remember his name or anything. I should start looking this stuff up and saving it. But he was a coder, and he was talking about, how to use your unconscious mind to, like, get what you want and to, like, really start thriving in what you want to do. And basically it talks about a big thing is obviously like repetition. And he talks about this practice you can do, which is like you literally do it like 3 minutes a day. And basically what you're doing is, your unconscious mind reacts to like repetition and like strong emotions and stuff like that. Basically, you're manifesting. If you guys know what manifesting is, it's like you speak things into reality, essentially. And what that is realistically, what you're really doing is you're continuously telling your unconscious mind over and over again with repetition what you are looking for, and you're having a strong emotional connection to it, which is another thing that is important for the unconscious mind to work. So he talks about like you do this 3 minutes a day. Let's say you wanna read more. Especially nowadays. I mean, I myself am practicing it, trying to read more. There's all this TikTok stuff make your attention span short, and it's very easy to just get sucked into it. And I want to try reading more, try learning more. So your unconscious or your subconscious, is basically you can get it to work by you do this 3 minutes a day. Let's say you start reading, and while you're reading, you think to yourself, okay, like this is so important, like life or death. You really have to take like pride into it and really account like if I'm not reading, and being smarter, then I'm failing, I'm losing, I'm dying. And you use these strong emotions, and it's just like I said with manifesting repetition. You just keep doing it, and eventually your subconscious is going to take that in there and just be like, okay, I have to read, and you will start to probably read faster, you'll read more, you'll do all these things without even realizing it. And something I've realized recently is I do a lot of things that I have read about and want to practice without even realizing it, because I have like that strong emotional like anxiety about it. Like I want to be better at talking to people, or have a state of power in my mind, or whatever it is that I'm reading. If you have that strong emotional connection and that like pride with it, and then obviously repetition. Like I wake up every morning, I have a little sheet of paper that I just read, and it's literally just some things I wrote down, like I am working hard in the gym, or I am working on being wealthy, or whatever it is. Some people say they like to do it like I am, like not in a future or past tense, like you currently are. And then it's whatever you want to be. So like instead of saying I am working hard in the gym, like say like I am, maybe not like I am a professional bodybuilder, but like I am aesthetic or strong or whatever it is that you want to be. And if you just basically trick your mind into believing that with repetition, subconscious, you're going to naturally build that. And it's basically like building habits. Like, you know, we always try to build habits, and this is like a good way of doing it is through basically traumatizing, not really, but I would say it's like traumatizing your subconscious into thinking you are something or have to, you know, continuously do something. So yeah, you know, strong emotional connections like manifesting, you know, just repetition. It can all like really help lead to like where you want to go. Now whether you believe in like manifesting or not is up to you. It doesn't really matter. But I would say like do it anyway. You don't have to call it manifesting, but literally like write a sheet and do that. Like read it to yourself. Like I do it every morning. And it will help your subconscious, you know, start to program itself. And you know, like that practice of like the 3 minutes a day, like really using your emotions, your strong emotions, to also gauge your subconscious mind into doing things that you would like to do more. I'm trying to think what else. I don't think there's much else. I guess what I'll leave off is, you know, like what you should take away from the video. It's a shorter video probably today, but do the 3 minutes like when you are doing something you want to start doing, but you know you have trouble doing it. Like do that. Take 3 minutes to do it, and like think to yourself, like use these strong emotions of like pride and anxiety and whatever it is, like you have to do this, or like if I'm not reading, I'm gonna die. Like there's someone out there that's reading more than me that is beating me right now, and I need to be number one or else I'm nothing. And if you do that, like you're gonna start noticing like you will read more, and you will read more and more enhanced probably than most people. And then obviously repetition. Just repetition is everything for humans, especially. Like the more you do something over and over, the more it just comes to you and will essentially become your life. And that's why like just a random tidbit here, but like if you're stuck at like a 9 to 5 and you don't want to be there, like not just telling you to quit, but like just think about it this way, like you repeat that same day every day. You wake up, you go to work, you know, you leave work, come home, go to bed, wake up the next day and you go to work, right? So you're basically trapping yourself in that cycle. You need to do something that helps you break out of that cycle and into a new cycle, and just be conscious of it and then work on it subconsciously. Like that's almost in a sense like what PTSD, not really, well, like yeah, like kind of for me like PTSD, I have like a alarm clock PTSD if I hear a certain alarm clock, because I would like literally used it as like, okay, I gotta wake up for school, and I hated school, so like I would freak out every time I heard it. So that's kind of like, you know, now maybe if I use that same alarm clock but for something I like doing, like, oh okay, now it's time to do this, which I want to do, it'll probably get rid of it, right? So, you know, use you know, just constantly do it. Do those 3 minute, you know, intense sessions, and just keep on repeating, and it'll work its way into your mind. And you'll probably notice like other things like that you learn too. If you have strong emotional connections, like you'll just randomly notice like, oh shit, I do that now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.